Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Nigga, started from the bottom, now we here.
Yo, what's going on, boys, man? Today's video, we're going to be reacting to what if you live 50 years in the future. I don't know about you guys, man, but I plan on living 50 years from now. So I'm trying to see what's in the future, man, what the future has. Now, you guys, it is late, man, so I can't be too energetic or too hype or nothing, man. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. I just had this
Today, Junior?
sudden urge to make a video, man, so here I am. So yeah, man, let's react to what if you live 50 years in the future, man.
It feels as if the world is moving at a faster rate than ever. Every day, smartphones are getting smarter, AI is becoming more intelligent, and our environment seems to be getting worse every year. If you were to travel 50 years into the future, what would the world look like? Would robots have taken over everything? Would we still be living on Earth? Would alien life finally be discovered? This is What If, and here's what would happen if you lived 50 years in the future. Look down at your phone and think how far technology has come in the last 10 years.
Robots gonna take over,
Have you ever
y'all.
imagined what tech might
One
look
day
like
robots
in
are gonna
50
control,
years?
man.
What about your family and friends? What will happen to them? In 50 years' time, we might actually look back and laugh at how we used to have to hold our phones. How primitive. Instead, our smartphones will either be
definitely will.
or implanted in
Everything
us
is
through contact
upgrades, man.
lenses. Imagine being able to have your GPS embedded in your vision instead of having to look down at your phone. But although this all sounds nice, there will be problems too. If you don't want to fast forward yourself into the future because you're worried that your family might not be around,
This sounds
you
good
can
and all
rest
that, y'all,
easy
but
knowing
one
that in
day
50
it's
years,
gonna be too
the
much,
average
man.
life expectancy will be about 80 to 90 years. That's over 10 years longer than it is today. Since the 1960s, our population percentages have always looked like a pyramid. But 50 years into the future, that pyramid will look more like a rectangle. This means that there will be an equal percentage of senior citizens to toddlers. This will have a huge effect on the economy. Grandma and Grandpa will be retiring much later. And when they do, those seniors' homes are going to be packed. With more people in the workforce, jobs will be harder to find.
Bunch
Just
of boomers in
graduated
there,
school,
man.
Expect to live at home with mom and dad a bit longer, especially since AI is expected to be working over 800 million of our former jobs by 2030. The world's population will be at an all-time high. By this time, the population of Earth will have reached a staggering 9 billion people. More people means more problems. There will be a much higher probability
9
of food shortages as
billion.
we try to grow crops to feed everyone. Due to increasing temperatures, crops will be harder to grow as well. And with 70% of the world's population living in cities,
Where are we gonna get food from
crowding will lead
for
to
9
more
billion
diseases
people?
being spread and being spread faster. As for the environment, well, that doesn't look too good either. The Amazon rainforest will continue to be deforested, and in 50 years' time, half of it will be gone. Don't expect it to come back either. Increasing climate change will render it a parched shrubland. Higher temperatures will cause the polar ice caps to melt.
Bro,
to
all
less
of
than
this in
50%
just
of what they are
50
today.
years.
And the Dead Sea may actually live up to its name, as its water will continue to evaporate. Thinking about visiting American cities like
Most
New
of us are
Orleans,
gonna get to
Miami,
see, man,
and
if this
Houston?
video is true.
Sorry, but you're out of luck.
I'm gonna come back to this video in 50 years,
Hurricanes will get
man.
a lot worse in the next 50 years, and higher water levels will lead us to abandon the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
But don't worry, it's not all bad. Although the world may be dying, it's not the only place humans will have to live. In the next 50 years, humans will have begun colonizing Mars.
Mars.
Private companies will even be attempting to travel to the Alpha Centauri system.
Swear to God, I haven't
the
watched this
closest
video, man. I
star
just
system
called that.
to our solar system.
But I don't think we're actually
While
gonna
we're
go to
there,
Mars.
we'll visit the Proxima
I
Centauri
couldn't see that
B
happening.
planet, which has a good chance of housing alien life. If we don't find any little green men, we might decide to colonize it ourselves. So we've talked about the human race and the environment, but what about you? What's going to happen with you 50 years into the future? Well, first off, you won't have to go to the doctor for your annual checkup. You'll have a device where you can scan yourself for any diseases. Watch for body modifications to rise in
See,
popularity.
that's
And no,
too
we're not
much.
talking about tattoos or piercings.
might sound good, but
You'll
that's
be
too
able to get
much.
things like
Promise you guys.
cybernetic eyes that will allow you to see better and to see things that are invisible to us today, like radiation. If you're rich from your Bitcoin investment blowing up,
That's not gonna
then
be
you can
good.
even get
That's
yourself
not
a
gonna be good,
designer
y'all.
baby. These babies can be completely customized, from simply what they look like to things like their behavior and intelligence. AI will be as smart as humans. They won't have taken over the world just yet, but they'll be well on their way. AI will constantly be progressing in intelligence, soon being smarter than humans could ever imagine ourselves. Expect
See,
them
I
to be
think
working
all
with
this
us
will happen
while
one day, but
humans
not in
have
50
more
years.
advanced roles in our
That's too
jobs.
soon. Probably
So
like
are you ready for
in
all
a
the
couple
good and bad
hundred,
that comes with
this
the
stuff
future?
might happen.
If not, that's okay. Just live in
Not
the
50
present
years.
and slowly
I
grow
don't
into
think
it
so.
over the next 50 years. Who knows? In the future, we may not even talk about hypothetical scenarios anymore. Will there be any what ifs? Or will every idea in the universe have already gone through a computer simulation? That sounds like a question for another what if.
Man, that's scary to think about. You can customize a baby in 50 years, customize a human being. Now this video is probably just, it has 2 million views for clickbait or whatever, but if that is true, that's scary to think about, man. But hey, that's the end of the video, y'all. This is a new channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications for me, man. Help a brother out, man. Drop a like. I'll see you guys, man. Peace.